Archimedes. Archimedes was one of the most important physicists and mathematicians of antiquity, living from 287 BC to 212 BC in Syracuse, Sicily. He is famous for Archimedes' principle, which explains buoyancy. Any object submerged in a fluid experiences an upward force equal to the weight of the fluid it displaces. He also developed fundamental concepts in statics and mechanics, and invented machines and tools such as levers, pulleys, and water pumps, which were used in everyday life and for military defense. Archimedes combined theory and practice, calculating volumes and surface areas of objects, and creating methods that foreshadowed integral calculus. His famous exclamation, "Eureka!" reflects his ability to connect observation and logic to explain the natural world. His discoveries continue to be taught and inspire scientists and engineers, demonstrating the lasting impact of studying physics and mathematics. Galileo Galilei. Galileo Galilei, who lived from 1564 to 1642 in Italy, was one of the greatest physicists and astronomers of the Renaissance and is considered the father of modern scientific method. He studied the motion of bodies, discovered the laws of acceleration, and made significant observations about the motion of planets. He is also famous for his astronomical discoveries using the telescope, such as the moons of Jupiter, the phases of Venus, and the volcanic features of the moon, which supported Copernicus's heliocentric system. Galileo combined theory and experiment, laying the foundations of modern physics through careful observation and measurement. Despite opposition in his time and condemnation by the Church, his work deeply influenced science, establishing the basis for the study of mechanics, motion, and astronomy. Johannes Kepler. Johannes Kepler, who lived from 1571 to 1630 in Germany, was one of the most important astronomers and physicists of the Renaissance. He is best known for his three fundamental laws of planetary motion, which describe how planets move around the sun. The first law states that planets move in elliptical orbits. The second law shows that planets move faster when they are closer to the sun and slower when they are farther away. The third law states that the farther a planet is from the sun, the longer it takes to complete one orbit. These laws provided the scientific foundation for the heliocentric model and laid the groundwork for Newton's later work on gravity. Kepler combined observations with mathematical analysis, using Tycho Brahe's data to derive precise laws describing planetary motion. His work helped accurately explain the dynamics of the solar system, and his methods continue to be taught as fundamental principles of astronomy and physics. Isaac Newton. Isaac Newton, who lived from 1643 to 1727 in England, was one of the greatest physicists and mathematicians of all time. He is famous for the laws of motion and gravity, which describe how objects move and how they attract each other. His discoveries laid the foundations of classical mechanics and explained motions ranging from everyday life to the movement of the planets. Newton combined theory and mathematical precision, developing methods that later led to integral calculus. His work had a profound impact on physics, astronomy, and mathematics, and his laws continue to be taught as fundamental principles for understanding the natural world. Michael Faraday. Michael Faraday lived from 1791 to 1867 in England and was one of the most important physicists and chemists of the 19th century. He is famous for his discoveries in electricity and magnetism, such as electromagnetic induction and the operation of the first electric generators. His research laid the foundations for the practical use of electricity and made possible the creation of electric motors and other devices we use today. Faraday stood out for his experimental creativity and keen observation, turning scientific theory into practical results. His discoveries continue to be taught and inspire physicists and engineers, demonstrating how observation, imagination, and persistence can transform technology and science. James Clerk Maxwell. James Clerk Maxwell, who lived from 1831 to 1879 in Scotland, was one of the greatest physicists of the 19th century. He is best known for unifying electricity, magnetism, and light through his famous Maxwell equations, which describe how electromagnetic fields are generated and interact. His discoveries laid the groundwork for modern physics, including radio waves, telecommunications, and the theory of light. Maxwell stood out for his ability to combine mathematical analysis with physical intuition, turning complex phenomena into understandable theoretical concepts. His work continues to be taught as a foundation of electromagnetic theory and physics, and his equations remain essential tools for scientists and engineers around the world. Ernest Rutherford. Ernest Rutherford, who lived from 1871 to 1937 in New Zealand and England, is considered the father of nuclear physics. He is famous for the discovery of the atomic nucleus and for his gold foil experiment, which showed that atoms consist mostly of empty space with a small, positively charged nucleus at the center. His work laid the foundation for understanding atomic structure and radioactivity. His discoveries continue to be taught as fundamental principles in physics and chemistry, profoundly influencing modern science and technology. Marie Curie. Marie Curie lived from 1867 to 1934 in Poland and France and was one of the most important physicists and chemists of all time. She is famous for her discoveries in the field of radioactivity, including the elements radium and polonium, and for studying their properties. Her work paved the way for the use of radioactivity in medicine and science. Curie stood out for her dedication and persistence in research, working under difficult conditions and advancing science despite the social and professional obstacles of her time. Her discoveries continue to influence physics, chemistry, and medicine, serving as a source of inspiration for scientists around the world. Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein lived in Germany and Switzerland and was one of the most influential physicists of all time. He is famous for the theory of relativity, which transformed our understanding of space, time, and gravity, as well as for his contributions to quantum mechanics and the study of energy and mass. His discoveries laid new foundations for modern physics. Einstein stood out for his creative thinking and challenging established theories, approaching physical phenomena in original ways. Niels Bohr. Niels Bohr lived in Denmark and was one of the most important physicists of the 20th century. He is famous for the atomic model, which introduced the concept of electron energy levels and explained how atoms emit or absorb light. His work laid the foundations for quantum theory and modern chemistry. Bohr stood out for his innovative thinking and collaboration with other scientists, creating an environment that encouraged the development of new ideas. Werner Heisenberg. Werner Heisenberg lived in Germany and was one of the leading physicists of the 20th century and a founder of quantum mechanics. He is famous for the uncertainty principle, which shows that we cannot know both the position and the velocity of a particle with absolute precision. His work radically changed the understanding of the microscopic nature of matter. Heisenberg stood out for his deep theoretical thinking and ability to pose new scientific questions, advancing the development of quantum physics. Erwin Schrödinger. Erwin Schrödinger lived in Austria and was one of the leading physicists of the 20th century, making significant contributions to quantum mechanics. He is famous for the Schrödinger equation, which describes how a particle's wave function evolves over time, and for his thought experiment known as Schrödinger's cat, illustrating the concept of superposition in quantum physics. Schrödinger stood out for his ability to turn complex mathematical concepts into physical interpretations, advancing the understanding of atomic and particle behavior. His theories continue to influence modern physics and serve as a foundation for research in quantum mechanics. Paul Dirac. Paul Dirac lived in the United Kingdom and was one of the most important theoretical physicists of the 20th century. He is famous for the Dirac equation, which combined quantum mechanics with relativity and predicted the existence of antimatter. His work laid the foundations for quantum field theory and particle physics. Dirac stood out for his precision and mathematical rigor, creating theories that advanced the understanding of the fundamental structure of matter. Richard Feynman. Richard Feynman lived in the United States and was one of the most influential physicists of the 20th century. He is famous for his contributions to quantum electrodynamics, for his lectures that made physics accessible to a wide audience, and for developing Feynman diagrams, which depict particle interactions. Feynman stood out for his creativity and ability to simplify complex concepts, making physics understandable and engaging. Stephen Hawking. Stephen Hawking lived in the United Kingdom and was one of the most famous theoretical physicists of the modern era. He is renowned for his study of black holes, the theory of Hawking radiation, and his contributions to understanding the universe, combining relativity with quantum mechanics. His work provided new insights into cosmology and the nature of space and time. Hawking stood out for his dedication and ability to communicate complex theories to the public, inspiring scientists and non-scientists worldwide. His work continues to influence cosmology, astrophysics, and science in general. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you very soon in the next video.